Hello, today I'm going to show you a full week of my low calorie density meals, everything I ate. But before we go any further, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my plant-based inspiration. So it is Monday, starting the day with an apple. I always like to start my meals with a piece of fresh fruit. And we're going to be having a very non-conventional breakfast, but I'm still trying to stick to the veggies in the morning. Well, I am still sticking to the veggies in the morning as part of my meal. I've got my leftover quinoa veggie bake that I made last week, and you may have seen that recipe, or the hummus that I added on top got stuck to the top. Whoops. I'll be using my, it's not my blue agave sriracha, it is the serrano condiment from Yellowbird. It's really good. It adds a nice, like, salty, savory flavor. It's not too hot in my opinion. It's like just right. It's the nicest little topping to put on top. I will include a discount code. You can save 20% on any of the Yellowbird, either the srirachas or the hot sauces. They have so much to choose from. They have a completely organic line as well. And so I'd love to be able to share that with you so you can try out either all or one, whatever you want to do. I'll leave that code below, so be sure to check it out. I added some of my wild brine sauerkraut on top. This also adds a nice little flavor. This is a healthy sauerkraut. Nothing bad added. It is pure ingredients. I wish I had the label still on the back so I could show you what's in it, but I do really love this company. I only find this at natural grocers, at least near me. Having a banana later in the day, and here's me walking to the break room so I can heat up my 2 sweet potatoes because I'm going to be having those for lunch. I've also brought with me to have for lunch some non-starchy veggies. Can you guess what they are? Let's see. Yep. Broccoli. Are you surprised? Probably not. Enjoying my broccoli while I'm waiting on the sweet potatoes to cook in the microwave. And now we're back home. It's time for dinner. I've got my leftover blender veggie soup. I'm going to link that recipe above. That way you can check it out if you didn't see that video, my most recent What I Eat in a Day video. It was so good. So many different frozen veggies and potatoes blended up into a soup. This is a winter melon called a canary melon that Berkeley picked out herself. She was drawn to it. She said, let's get this. We'd never had it before. It was a big yellow melon, so I cut it up and we ate it. And there's my soup. It is the next day. We are back at work. And so for breakfast, I'm going to start with my fruit. I've got my lovely Valentines in the back that my dad delivered from him and my stepmom. You are never too old to get Valentines from your parents. Never too old. I'm going to have some more of that blender soup for breakfast. It's so good. I don't care what meal it is. It's amazing. It's so amazing. For lunch, I'm going to be having 2 cans of green beans. Now, I rinsed off some of the excess sodium. That way, oh, look at that. Whoops, I dumped out the water in the trash can. Well, you know what? I don't think I rinsed off the sodium here. It wasn't until later that I did that on a different meal. And so I've got, or maybe I did, I don't remember. Either way, I wanted there to not be as much sodium because these weren't the non-salt added kind. And then I had some leftover black rice from the weekend, organic black rice. And so I just heated this all up. And that was my meal. I've got, again, as my condiment, the serrano sauce from Yellowbird. And again, all Yellowbird's items are oil-free. And so, or at least the ones I've used, I don't think they have any oil in any of their hot sauces. And I've had the full variety pack, and it's just pure ingredients. This one does have a little bit of cane sugar in it to help with the flavors and probably make it not as spicy. I'm not sure. But it's perfect. So I'm back home and I am chopping up some broccoli. As you know, that's what I do. Chopping up broccoli, gonna have it for dinner. I got 2 big heads of broccoli here that I'm gonna go ahead and steam all of it. I like to try to steam multiple batches at a time. That way I've got some for the next day. That's just smart, if you ask me. So I'm going to boil those, and I'm also going to make Berkeley and I these oat flatbreads. I found this recipe on the Healthy Vegan Mama, formerly known as Hungry Vegan Mama. She posted this on her Instagram. And it's really easy. It's very similar to the oat pancakes that I've always made. But these are just oats and water and a little bit of pink salt. And she had also recommended adding some anything but the bagel seasoning, but I didn't have any of that at this time. And I was just making these plain. I wanted to get them as thin as possible since they were supposed to be flatbreads. And I would think if your mixture was a little too thick, you could just always add a little more water. I'm going to be pairing some black beans with these, and I'm here holding the camera while trying to flip. So you see that didn't work. So I'm using one hand for the camera, one hand for the flatbreads. And so you see I got a little hole in the middle, but that's okay. I love my griddle. It's very useful when it comes to making the oat cakes, pancakes, these flatbreads. I just find it works better than a pan. I don't know why that is. I'll be sure to link my griddle below. It's very affordable. It's at least one that's similar to the ones that I have, the one that I use. And so here's our beautiful dinner, black beans with the flatbread and some steamed broccoli. And I've got some yellow bell pepper that I chopped up as well. This was a beautiful meal. Here we are back at work, a new day. I've got my little bag my big bag from my mom. It's got all my goodies in it for the day. Starting off breakfast with some green beans. Now this is where I washed off the excess sodium. I just took the container here, ran it under the water, and then put the lid on and then let the water drain out. Because again, I wasn't able to get the no salt added green beans with my grocery order. And so, they tend to be just full of sodium. So I wanted to lessen that by rinsing it off. I've got some leftover black beans from the night before, and I've got a flatbread left with one bite out of it. I took that bite out of it last night as I was packing it away. I've got my fruit here, always bananas and apples, normally a pear, stuff like that. And here is my food, my green beans, starting with my apple per usual. Got my black beans on my oat flatbread. It was really enjoyable. It was extremely filling. And of course I had my banana. So now it's lunchtime and I couldn't believe I forgot to pack a sweet potato. It just slipped my mind. So I ran to Walmart real quick and grabbed one because we have one close to my work. So that way I had one. And I had everything else I needed. I just didn't have my sweet potato. I needed to have my starch. Back home, I ate a banana prior to this, but I didn't film it. And then I'm eating a juicy, juicy pear. Pears, gosh, they're so good. Gonna just be doing something real easy today. Got my bag of steamed mixed veggies, another can of black beans. I've really been loading up on the beans this week. They've really been helping keep me full. And it's just the vibe I've been on all week. So heated up some organic black beans on the stovetop and just added in the mixed veg. Very simple. I added a little bit of pink salt. And here's my super easy dish. Nothing too difficult, just tons of vitamin C to help absorb that beautiful iron from the beans. Now we're back at work, and for breakfast, I'm having my leftover quinoa veggie bake that I still had plenty of. Well, this is probably about the last of it here, which is the veggies, and it had applesauce in it if you saw the video, but it was used as a binding agent. And quinoa, of course, and I'm using that beautiful Yellowbird Serrano sauce again. It's my sauce of the week. I love having all the flavors because then I can just rotate and try different ones with different things. And there's no fat in that sauce. That's what I love about it. No fat, no oil. So yeah, here is my lovely dish. I also added some more of that sauerkraut. And now we're at lunch where I am having some black beans and some mixed veg, and you guessed it, my Serrano sauce again. Look at those pretty colors and all the veggies. This is just the perfect topper. Now I am back at home. I am having some lovely cacao and oat milk. It's a nice comforting drink, and cacao is full of magnesium. It's a heart and mood elevator. It's just joy in a cup. I'm making some of my cheese sauce. It's completely fat-free, oil-free. It is made with nutritional yeast, cannellini beans, some pink salt, and some rice vinegar. I'm gonna use that as the topping for my potatoes and Berkeley's too. It's just like, it's basically a hummus, but it's got a cheesy flavor. Heating up some golden potatoes, and I am, you guessed it, gonna steam up some broccoli, gonna make plenty of extra for tomorrow. So I'm gonna get this nice and chopped up. I'm gonna get my blender cheese sauce here, pour it into my cute little bowl, another fun little vintage bowl that I've inherited from my mother. And we have got this beautiful cheese sauce. I used to eat this a lot in the summer when I first started following the Starch Solution. It is so yummy. I'm gonna start incorporating it again. I will link the recipe below. As I'm holding this plate, Berkeley said, "I like your pretty food." It was so funny. Look how pretty. Oh, so lovely. It's a completely fat-free cheese sauce. So no harm, no foul. It's just an extra starch. And this is everything I've got that I'm bringing to work. This is Friday. I've got my fruit. I've got a pear, a nice juicy pear, a beautiful opal apple, and 2 bananas. Got my cans of green beans. I finally got some of the no salt added ones delivered in my grocery order. And I've got some lovely sweet potatoes. I've got the remainder of my blender cheese sauce that I will be bringing to use as a condiment throughout the day. Got tons and tons and tons of broccoli that I'm packing. And these are leftover potatoes from last night. Berkeley had asked for potatoes, and I made quite a few, but we had plenty of extras. So that's going to be my food all day on Friday, which is right now as I'm talking. Thank you so much for making it all the way through my video. If you enjoyed this video, if you made it through, don't forget to hit a thumbs up, give it a like, let me know you made it. I post videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy. Have a great day.